G'day everyone, it's Engelo Rumora here. I am your favorite Australian and the real estate dingo, and I'm bringing you today a testimonial video from one of our awesome investors. Now, I haven't done these in a while. Let's do this. Okay. Fuck, why do I always get nervous before this shit, man? I hate it. Like, I do this like every day, Andrew, and I'm always like, damn, I need to go to the toilet. We've got Andrew Rose here, just like the rose. Yes. Just like the rose, okay? And he's actually being recorded from the screen where you get to see my unshaven face today from that actual video there. So, hey, let's get started. Andrew, how are you, mate?
I'm doing great, Angela. How are you?
Hey, mate, I'm good. So, thanks for your patience here. I know it took us a while to get all of this synced up and started, mate. But just got a few questions here for you. Just want you to kind of share your experience with the audience and how everything has been going for you. So we'll just get started straight away, mate. What made you want to invest in turnkey real estate?
Yeah, well, my wife and I, we live here in San Diego. So, I mean, as you know, in California, real estate prices are extremely high. And the accessibility of investment real estate in this area is very low. So we started looking outside of California, and we came upon a few turnkey providers, and Ohio Cashflow, I guess, made the cut. Also.
Made the cut? Wait a minute, you were actually considering others?
Oh, of course.
Oh.
I was, more like initially, right? I kind of had to feel it all out.
Yeah, no, that's good, but I'll tell you something funny. Every single time I connect with an investor on the phone and they say, oh, we're looking at a higher cash and a few others, and I was like, what? You're looking at a few others? I mean, we're talking about a high cash flow like Ferrari, and then the others are like Fiat Punto, you know what I mean? But anyway, hey, okay, so next question, mate. What made you take the plunge? So, what made you take the plunge and how did you actually do it?
Well, we had been talking about it for so long, I felt like trying to find some investment. And we had originally actually, here in California, owned a small laundromat, so we had the capital in that after we sold it, after we had our daughter.
A lot of coins there, huh?
Yeah, one of the corners. That was a terrible thing. But yeah, so we had, after we evaluated you, I mean, I think one thing that you stressed was trust. And so what we did, we felt comfortable investing with you and Ohio Cashflow, and everything post investment was just so positive. It made it really feel easy to take the plunge and invest our money.
Awesome, man. Hey, I just want to address all the ladies watching. He's married. Okay, so it's a no-go. You can't go there. I know the guy's freaking hot, he looks great, but look, he just said he's got a kid, he's married, so don't even think about it. Same with me, even though I'm not looking that good. Okay, I'll shut up now. I'm going to shut up. Back to the questions. Hey, mate, so what was your biggest concern before investing, and is it still a concern?
I would say the biggest concern for us was just, is it real? You see it on the internet, you see the potential returns, and you're like, is this really going to be what they say it's going to be?
Yeah.
And, I think that those concerns were quickly alleviated once we actually made the investment, right? We invested in a real property, right? With a real partner who had our backs from the very beginning. And I think all those things, I mean, when you take the initial jump, there's a lot of nerves associated with it. But as you go along in a relationship, the trust grows, right? And the faith grows in the partnership that you entered into. And so I think that it's been completely positive, and any nerves that we had initially are completely at bay.
Mate, and I'll tell you something, I admire every single one of you guys for doing what you do, because, I did it, I lost my ass doing it, and it's a huge leap of faith. I mean, ultimately, you're trusting someone that you've never met in a market that you've probably never been to, on a property that you've never seen, and some of our investors will probably never see, right? And it's a huge leap of faith, mate. I've done it. I'd still do it to this day. I've got a lot of properties all over the world. Something that I always like to stress to every investor, trust is built over time, right? Not over one phone call, meeting, or email. Like, it takes a long time to build that trust. So, mate, I'm really glad to hear what you're saying, and I'm honored to have you on board. And that's not just fluff, because I speak to Dominique all the time and my entire team here, and I said, look, I would lose my ass all day long before any one of my investors loses money, because the trust that they give us with their hard-earned money, mate, it's just mesmerizing to me how you guys do it, and I admire you so much for it. So, mate, you're in good hands. You're in good hands, Mr. Rose, just like the rose. Hey, so what made you choose a higher cash flow besides my good looks?
I think it's just a level of responsiveness. And, when you start doing due diligence on a lot of cash flow too, you start to see online that there's a real presence, whether it's on Bigger Pockets or, reviews online. And you start to see that, what you're saying is true, right? There are other investors that are out there that are doing it. So I think when we kind of consider the full package, and the price point we're looking to get in at for our first purchase, how Cashflow checked all the boxes.
Awesome, mate. I love it. A few more questions here. So how would you describe the purchase and investment process with a higher cash flow?
Really, really smooth. I mean, I think from beginning to end, the level of responsiveness and kind of, I guess, hand-holding from the beginning for someone that's out of state, it was completely seamless for us. I mean,
awesome.
Every experience we've had with Ohio Cashflow has just been seamless. So, I mean, it's been really great. We can get to some of those other pieces of that.
Awesome.
I don't know if we'll get to this later, but I think one of the most impressive parts of this really wasn't maybe the initial purchase or anything like that. I think it really happened when we had a vacancy.
Yeah.
I think your team, Matt, has been excellent from
awesome.
The beginning of the level of communication, kind of owning things that I was really concerned and nervous about. He just handled with complete professionalism. You
awesome.
talk about A+ service is amazing.
Love it, mate. Thank you. I'll stop kicking Matt up the butt then every day. Awesome, dude. Hey, well, actually, we're touching on that question right now. Has everything been running smoothly since the purchase? We did have a hiccup. We had a hiccup. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, I mean, everything was going good. I think it was until July. Matt notified us that we had a tenant that looked like it left the property, and so they were going to take him to court. And I was like, oh my goodness, it was a little bit of a, stressor being so far away, kind of feeling hands off, wondering who's going to represent your interests for you.
Sure.
And I remember, I think it was Matt sent me an email right after he left court, and gave me kind of an overview of everything that he had done. And I was just kind of shocked that someone had gone, individually and represented not only myself but Ohio Cashflow, but the utmost professionalism. And I think it alleviated all our fears, and we felt like everything was on the right track. And even though we just went through kind of a tough situation where,
sure.
I mean, I guess it's every real estate investor's biggest fear, right, is, a vacancy, right, or someone just out on you and doesn't pay.
Yeah.
It just felt like it was resolved so easily that it almost...
Yeah. And mate...
It was amazing.
Yeah, and just to interject you there, mate, one thing that I've been telling everyone, a lot of folks ask me about is Ohio a landlord-friendly state? And as you can vouch for us, it is. I mean, literally, for a non-paying tenant, it's a 4 to 6 week eviction process where we can get the property re-tenanted within 4 weeks. I mean, that's how quickly, folks get evicted here. But, mate, we've only had a handful of evictions. I hate them, but it's just one of those things, dude. When you're dealing with tenants and toilets, I always like to say business is easy, people make it difficult. And, we can't guarantee success. We always promise that we do our best. And when one of these things happens, mate, we want to be responsive, we want to be reactive, we want to get the situation under control as quickly as possible and get that property performing, mate. So I'm glad that we managed to do that for you and that you're happy. Do you plan to purchase more investment properties? And are you comfortable purchasing again with Ohio Cashflow?
Yes, absolutely. I think we've already started talking to Rebecca about purchase of our second property.
Okay.
Yeah, we fully intend to continue to purchase. And, it's kind of the snowball effect when you start to invest in real estate, which is the cool part about it, because as you get the one property and you see what the potential of that is, and then you see what it can do when you have two, it just kind of start to accelerate the acquisition of properties, and you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel of the rat race that we all late at night. So it's very exciting to kind of see that all come to fruition and see the potential of the partnership that we have.
Awesome, mate. You need to come and visit us. I'd like to have you guys in town. You should see our new office, mate. It's like, dude, we've got pinball machines here and table tennis tables, and we hardly ever work. Yeah, right. Okay, mate, so final few quick questions. So this is kind of like a, fast, quick, super duper quick response. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying there, but anyway, whatever. Okay, first one. Do we correspond in a timely manner?
As timely as any type of service that I have interacted with in my professional career. So,
awesome.
Yes.
Do you feel worried about us lying, cheating, or stealing?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Would you recommend us to fellow investors? actually understand what I'm saying. I can't even understand myself. Okay, a final word, or final few words, what it says here. Overall, how has your experience been? Any final words?
I would just like to reiterate that our experience with Ohio Cashflow has been everything that we expected and more. And I think that we already talked about it. The situations that we've gone through have just done nothing but increased our faith and trust in the operation that you've built there. And I think, we plan to invest with you guys going forward. That's our plan. I mean, who knows what the future holds, but
sure.
Our current plan is to continue to allow this to snowball and grow into something that hopefully allows our family to have financial freedom in the future.
Awesome, mate. Hey, last question. This is the most serious one. The most serious one out of all of them. The answer should be obvious, okay? Who is your favorite Australian?
It's the Dingo, for sure. They're Australians recently, but you're definitely up there.
Good. And
positive or negative, but you are one of one.
Yeah, I'm like the only one. I'm like the only Australian that most people know. So that's awesome. But
I don't even know why that is.
Yeah.
But it just happened.
There you go.
Maybe it's not pronounced or is evident, I guess.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. It's awesome.
Love it, dude. Hey, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Everyone, Andrew Rose, one of our awesome investors. He's been with us for just over a year now. As you heard, we did have a vacancy. Ohio Cashflow got that sorted very quickly. Hey, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Give us a call, send us an email. Check out www.ohiocashflow.com. If you check out the description of this video, you'll find a ton of links to our social media platforms and investor application. If you have any questions for Andrew Rose, reach out to us. We can introduce you to him. He'd be more than happy to share his experience with you, just in case you didn't get enough content from this testimonial. But that's pretty much it. Hey, Andrew, appreciate your time, mate. Thank you so much. Everyone watching, once again, I'm Engelo Rumora. I'm your favorite Australian and the real estate dingo. You guys have a great day.